Welcome to Horror Bites. It was fantastic to see so many of you at Fright Fest last month. If, like me, you live, breathe and eat horror, then this month should see you well and truly sated with our new film season, World Cinema. Yes, gore goes global with 3 films from around the world, making you a well-seasoned traveller in terror. The first slice of sinful celluloid comes from Pan's Labyrinth director Guillermo del Toro, a film that many critics cite as one of his best works, the beautifully shot and immensely creepy The Devil's Backbone. Like Pan's Labyrinth, the film explores 2 different types of horror, one being the very real horror of war, and the second, an entirely different exploration of the horror experienced through a child's eyes, one of ghosts and the supernatural. The Devil's Backbone, part of our World Cinema season, premieres on the channel this month. Next stop, Italy, the home of the giallo, the slasher and erotic exploitation. If you're a man or woman of the cloth, you may want to look away now for this blasphemous tale of Satanism in the Antichrist.
Hey, priest, show me your Christian charity. Or has it been forgiven by Christ? Don't you also forgive? Because she's a big whore, you're Hippolyta. When she opened her legs to me, you should have seen how she enjoyed it.
Hold on to your rosaries when The Antichrist premieres on horror. French horror has been in vogue recently with their wave of extreme cinema with films such as Martyrs and Switchblade Romance, both Horror Channel favourites. But rewind to 1990 and you've got one of the best, most absurd, gruesome little French horrors on your hands. This is Baby Blood. This film is dark, brutal and bloody, and not one for expectant parents. Trust me, you've never seen anything like Baby Blood. Catch the premiere when it gives birth in September as part of our World Cinema season. Now on to our movie premieres. Next up, don't forget to leave a trail of crumbs when you go down to the woods today, or you might never find your way home again. An evil twist on a classic fairy tale in Breadcrumbs.
Mommy and Daddy didn't want to play with them anymore, so they took them into the woods alone, where they found a great big house of candy. The evil witch lived in the inside, and all she wanted to do was lure the kids into her house. My sister and I don't trust houses of candy.
This is one piece of hard candy worth a taste. Breadcrumbs premieres in September.
Never judge a book by its cover.
For centuries, the link between man and primate has fascinated the world of science. Well, it did in the 80s anyway. And here it seems Terence Stamp has found the answer. A new kind of intelligence in a chimpanzee he lovingly calls Link.
Get out! Link, get the door!
Directed by Richard Franklin, who brought us Psycho 2, let yourself go nuts for this murderous monkey movie when Link premieres on horror this month. Next, we take a walk on the wild side with this South African horror packed full with shocking gore and violence, Night Drive.
I can't make any money. You tourists are too scared to come here. They should be scared. It's not another fucking word, hyena man. It's a myth.
We're in the middle of nowhere with animals that eat human beings.
Superstitious bullshit.
Your heart will be beating louder than the tribal drums accompanying the film's frenzied score. Look out for Night Drive when it premieres in September. Our next premiere is a rather farcical fare starring Stephen Dorff and Sean Pertwee. Starting out as a crime thriller, this little genre bender will have you totally derailed when it turns into hilarious horror in Botched.
You stole a sacred relic from the insane descendants of Ivan the Terrible.
That's it, we're all going to die. Put him on the altar. Not like that, the other way.
Dimitri, you are becoming hysterical. I am now going to slap.
That's enough! Nobody's getting slapped!
We're all going to die and he wants to slap me!
That's not fair.
We all know crime doesn't pay, but it sure looks like fun in this comedy horror. Botched is one job you should sign up for when it premieres this month. You saw one of his films earlier, The Antichrist. Next, our Italian director, Alberto De Martino, continues his obsession with Satan in Holocaust 2000. Full of blaspheming religious iconography, nightmare sequences, and gruesome deaths, this is a wonderful addition to religious horror. Get ready for meltdown when Holocaust 2000 premieres in September. If anyone's seen the superb, genre-defying The Cabin in the Woods, you won't want to miss this month's Director's Night, for it features the talents of the film's director, Drew Goddard. The man's got an acute knowledge of horror, so join us on the 27th of September when he chooses An American Werewolf in London, Hellraiser, and The Stepfather as his top movie choices.
Hi, I'm Drew Goddard, director of The Cabin in the Woods. Join me soon for my Director's Night on the Horror Channel.
Of course, you can find out more about all the Horror Channel film seasons and premieres, including TV listings, on our website, horrorchannel.co.uk. Join the chat on Twitter and be a friend on Facebook. Go on, we won't bite much. And make sure you watch out for our special Fright Fest the 13th reports airing throughout this month on horror. And that's September for you. A beastly mix of sinful Satanism, evil embryos, and frightful fairy tales. Until next time, sweet dreams.